It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the New York Giants and the Chicago Bears. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
And here it is, one of the NFL's truly iconic stadiums, and the oldest one still in use. It's Soldier Field in Chicago. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Cairo Santos out for the opening kick. And we're underway from Soldier Field. This return starts at the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So out come the Giants, their first drive of the game coming up. And leading them out, someone playing at a high level over a decade after entering the league. He's got a Super Bowl to his name. It's Russell Wilson.
Kate, Russell Wilson's one of the NFL's most experienced quarterbacks. He's also one of the winningest quarterbacks, even with a couple bumps in the road in Denver. Remember, over that decade in Seattle with Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom, there wasn't a quarterback that won more games in the history of the league over the first 10 years. 9 times to the Pro Bowl as well. Put a supporting cast around him, give him a run game and a defense, and Russell Wilson still knows very well how to play this game.
Finds a seam down the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
First down throw from Wilson. He's going to loft one deep to the left. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jalen Johnson with the pick. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
So here come the Bears as they get set for their debut series. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
Caleb was one of the most hyped prospects ever out of college football, and I'm not speaking out of turn or any hyperbole there. It's why he was the #1 pick. And you put on his highlight reel, Kate, you can put that highlight reel against anybody the last 50 years. The way that he creates and extends plays, the ways that he can run and still sling it totally off platform and off balance all over the field. He also does it with a flair and eccentricity that is unique and really not common coming into the league as well. A superstar in the making. You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
Hey, Kate, you know that line, time is of the essence? It certainly is in the pocket. Not enough time there to let that play develop down the field, and the two were not able to reel it in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Williams on the play action. He's got him, that's Swift. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
Awareness. Kate, you hear me and so many others talk about it a lot with quarterbacks, but it's critical for every unit on a football field. And for the defense right there, to have an awareness of knowing where the marker was and to make sure that completion wasn't going to move the chains.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it'll be Giants football. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Quick slant caught by Neighbors. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Russ now from the gun. Caught by Theo Johnson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. And that's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line of game.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Jalen Johnson with the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 47. That's complete to Darius Slayton. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. New set of downs for him from the 46. Wilson now, 1st and 10. He locates Daniel Bellinger. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. They left him wide open. It's complete. And in, touchdown, New York. So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So a nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Gano ready to send this away. Devin Duvernay to return it. Return's looking good so far. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Bears offense out there for their second drive of the contest. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3-and-out to begin this game. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Micah McFadden able to make the play. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Working from the gun, Williams. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. The Tennessee rookie picks it off. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. So now it's 13-zip, Brock, and they've got to be even happier knowing that multiple phases of their game contributing to this lead early on.
Yeah, I'm going to guess the defense probably not going to keep up with the offensive scoring touchdown for touchdown, but you can't script a better start.
Gano for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Here's Duvernay on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. And they're still looking for their first signs of life on offense. Haven't even been able to get a 1st down off this defense just yet. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. After the pick, here's Williams. Hits his target, that's DJ Moore. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
1st down, here's Swift. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, Kay, one of the reasons it's so hard to run the ball in the NFL is to move grown men off their spot against their will. You get a run play like that, you've done your job. You've moved them against their will, and you've set yourself up for some later success.
2nd and 6 coming up here. That one's complete, right side. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Brought down by Paulson Adebo. Third and a lone yard coming up. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Going to the ground again on first. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tyler Newbin with the tackle. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on first down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
These aren't the plays that will lead highlight reels, but they're the ones that win you ball games. What a nice game by the back. And now his offense can go in any number of directions on 1st and 10.
This is the first red zone opportunity for the Bears. They've got 1st and 10 right along the 20. Running back, motioning right. First down throw by Williams. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Small pass, big result. This dude is just a juggernaut with the football, and once he gets rolling, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher to stop him from playing add-on with those yards.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Williams from the gun. Buys time. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions you get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
5 men in the secondary for the G-men now, ahead of 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Has the connection to Adunze. So that connection for first will bring us to the end of the first. It's a 2-score game early. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. Welcome back. 2nd quarter about to start. Bears with a chance for at least 3, possibly 6. Swift. Can't push it across. They make the stand, and looks like they might have stopped him a little bit behind the line, too.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, 2nd and goal. It's an option left. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Williams will look to throw. And he has the Chicago touchdown! The Bears start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's a Adunze touchdown! Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. The point after splits the upright. And the Bears chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Giants and Russell Wilson headed back to the field now. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Wilson. That pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's incomplete left side. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they face 2nd down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing again is Russ. Gets this to Slayton. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bears territory. Third down, 1 yard to go. A handoff to Tracy. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Going option, headed left on this 1st down.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Wilson now from the gun. Finds his target, Robinson. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Now here's Russ. Throwing deep towards the end zone. They connect on the deep shot. And this is caught. Touchdown, New York. The Giants take a 13-point lead. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Gano for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants double their lead to 14. Gano ready to send this away. Here's Duvernay on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bears and Roma Dunze headed back out on offense. They got the job done their last time out. Still trailing by a lot, though, so they're going to need a repeat of that touchdown here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. And after a little running, he gets this up to the 32. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Going to run again with Swift. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Williams to throw. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
Torrey Taylor on to punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Winford 48 with his first kick, and this one looks even better. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And they're going to take over possession. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Wilson with it on 1st. Connects with Slayton. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the gun, it's Tracy. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Soldier Field. The Giants with the football. And the Bears bring in an extra defensive back for this 3rd down. Russ is going to cook here. That's caught for the 1st. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Russ now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
On first down, it's Wilson. He finds Johnson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, these tight ends of today, the way they can run and break tackles and get in the open field, they truly are some of the best athletes on the team.
They'll come up first and 10. Russ is cooking again. He's on the move. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Russell Wilson with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one right down the middle. And the Giants stretch their lead to 21. Gano ready to send this away. Tyler Scott now to return it. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Bears going on offense here late in the half. And losing by 3 scores, they'll have a final chance to take at least 3 off the deficit before halftime. There's 35 seconds to go in the half as they are ready to begin their drive. Williams to throw on first. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. He's got it inside the 25. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll say hello to the red zone after that big play, huh? As they get set for first and 10. Working inside the red zone. Has it down close. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. First and goal here. Swift has the Chicago touchdown. The Bears chop some of the lead off before the half. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. Santos now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bears get it back to a 14-point game. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Gray now on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Giants headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Only 17 seconds left for him as they begin this drive. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Sent to the ground by Kyler Gordon. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. We're through 2 here with the Giants overcoming home field advantage. They've got the lead at the break. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Gano ready to send this away. Scott now to return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Here comes the offense for the Bears to begin the second half. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running behind center with Swift. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
They run the counter with Swift. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Javon Holland there to make the stop. That's 5, it looks like, on the play, so now it's going to be 3rd and 8.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
3rd down, here's Williams. He has the first over the middle. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
It began at the 30 and has now jumped to 1st and 10 all the way down inside the red zone. On the carry, it's Swift. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. Second and 6 coming up here. Staying grounded with Swift. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2. Swift gets it on the option. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
So on 4th down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. A very short kick here from the right hash. Carney's kick is good. And that'll get him back to 11.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Gray now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Giants ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this, couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end now. Neighbors with a catch. And he's going to be touched down about 3 yards shy of the marker.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Hits him on the out route. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Coming left is Tracy. And defenders are there to get him at the line. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They go right back to Tracy. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. Now we've got some whistles as a member of the Bears is shaken up and could use a look from the trainers here. The Giants ready to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Williams on the play action. Cut out left. He's got to gain a 6 there. Micah McFadden able to make the play.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. This is Swift. Has a lane past the 45. And they'll finally get him at the 47-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be at midfield now as he gets out of bounds.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Throw on 3rd down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this one does not go far.
Whether they meant to go to him or it was an adjustment on the fly, that's not the read that was going to beat this defense for a 1st down. That look, well, this crew defensively was prepared for and knew how to keep it short of the marker.
Chicago brings out the punting unit. Torrey Taylor will kick this away. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Giants offense all set to get started. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They send a receiver in motion right. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. He finds Slayton. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Man in motion here. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Kevin Byard there to bring him down. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too, creating the space for a solid pickup.
From the 43. This is complete to Neighbors. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. 3 quarters in the books from this one. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They send a man in motion. A give to Tracy up the middle. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Wilson looking to throw. On the move, headed right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
Wilson on 3rd down. Gets this to Slayton. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Looking slant route complete. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They run. Here's Tracy. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Running this with Tracy. And we'll turn our focus now to the flag down as he ends up out of bounds. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. Wilson now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day, and he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the 1st down.
Sam Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. There's a 44-yard look from the right hash. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that extends their lead to 14.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. A touchdown to field goal's not going to get it done anymore.
Gano ready to send this away. Scott now to return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Chicago getting set to take the field now. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. Able to get it to Moore. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Williams from the gun. This one taken in by Zacchaeus. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, nothing very fancy about that. That's just a textbook curl route. I think they were running curl routes last century, and it's a play that works a high percentage of the time then, just like it did now.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 47. He finds Odunze running the slant. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And that's good for a Bears first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. First down throw by Williams. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
Oh, man, those defensive players hate slippery quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. He evades them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 2nd and 3. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's a Chicago first down.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
This throw is caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Offense in the hurry up here. To throw is Williams. Escapes the pocket. And he has the Chicago touchdown. The Bears now within 1 score in the 4th. Caleb Williams, the touchdown. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
Santos now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bears chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Giants about to get to work on offense. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Giants feeling lucky with a 7-point lead. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. A handoff to Tracy. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's Tracy once more. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. Second and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he'll get it up to the 44. The Bears going to use their third and final timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on third down. He'll look to throw it. Complete beyond the marker. They get 28 out of that play. And the Giants will have a first down.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
Second down. Probably going to see him kneel it again here. Trying the right side with Tracy. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You wonder, do they go run on second and longer just to get some yards back? Well, the D guessed run, and guess what? They guessed right. And they're in the driver's seat for third and long.
Setting up for the kneel down on third. He goes to a knee as Tom winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Fourth down now. Another kneel would stop the clock and turn it over. Let's see what they do here. So it's a win for the visiting Giants. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.